need another week off to just watch all the Heartstopper seasons at least twice, and then the movie like 3 more times, and then I'll be good for at least a day.
Oh, damn it. Okay, you know what I found? I didn't find it, I'm not gonna lie. My because you know the Eagles, I've been telling, like I've said, I've watched the Eagles and they fledged and they're gone. My stepmom sent me a live stream of these bears in a national forest up in Alaska. And I was watching it yesterday, and there was like 14 gigantic bears just chilling in the river.
Aww.
Yeah,
just
like
enjoying life.
Yeah, like playing with each other and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. This is so cool. So, yeah, I found a new live stream. So I love that for me.
That's nice until, humans decide to do something to ruin that. But
for the moment, they're safe because it's in a national park. So they can't build a housing division like they can for the Eagles, which is great for now.
Are they still they're going to build a house? They're really going to do that there?
It's been under like planning for a long time, and so they have all of these petitions and stuff out. But
why do we ruin everything? Like I swear, humans, we take the night. We could be walking outside and be like, wow, look at these beautiful eagles that are endangered and they're on the brink of extinction. Let's fucking bulldoze their house. Like what?
Yeah, bye Eagles, RIP. Yeah, no, we're assholes. That's all.
Welcome to Dysfunctionally Yours, the podcast where we embrace the chaos, laugh through the struggles, and find hope on the other side of trauma. I'm your host, Brittany, and if you've ever felt like your life was a beautifully messy roller coaster of dysfunction, trust me, you're in good company. Here, we'll have real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous conversations about mental health, relationships, and healing, because let's be honest, life isn't always pretty, but that doesn't mean we can't come out of it stronger and maybe even smiling. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of bubbles, and let's navigate this wild journey together, dysfunctionally, but never alone.
How was your time off?
It was okay. I wouldn't say it was like the best, mostly because I actually did a lot of like adult things, I guess, while I was off. So like, yeah, I did some like professional development stuff, things like that.
Congratulations on that.
I know.
Good job. Good job.
I'm just waiting for approval.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Then we'll see what happens. And then I took my car in to get some work done. So like the front passenger blinker hasn't worked for like, I don't know, a year. And I'm like, I could get pulled over at some point for that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I should probably get that checked out. Turns out I just needed a light bulb. And I just let that go for a year.
Oh,
yeah.
That is such an easy fix. I could have fixed that for you.
No, I know. I just, busy. And then I needed new brakes. The car place actually told me my brakes were metal on metal. So they were like, yeah, you needed new brakes like, I don't know, like a couple months ago, but I'm glad you're here. And then I got my
Did you not hear that your brakes were not thriving anymore?
No, here's the thing. I did. They were squeaking for months.
Okay.
I'm busy, Brittany. Paperwork. I'm just buried in paperwork. So then I also got my AC kind of tuned up, and I got new Freon, got a new cabin air filter, and $1,000 later, my car is thriving. The blinker works. The AC is crisp. And I'm not breaking my foot trying to brake. So it is just wonderful.
Or nearly dying or killing other people while trying to brake.
I mean, I had it all under control.
That's what everybody says until they slam into the back of a school bus.
But I didn't.
Good. Great. Glad that you're safe driving. I actually got pulled over the other day and got a ticket, and now I have to go to court in August, and I am really unhappy about it.
Was it for speeding?
No, it was not.
That's still dumb.
I'm very unhappy about it. I'm very unhappy because I also didn't even need to leave my house, but I was helping my child who's in town visiting run an errand, and he didn't even get to complete his errand. And so it was really like going to the place.
Oh, it's like a double whammy.
Yeah, then being sent home. And yeah, so that was neat. That was
fun. Let's do that again sometime, or never.
Cool. Glad you had a good time. What's your ache and relief of the week?
My ache of the week is also my relief of the week. My ache of the week, Heartstopper's over. I'm sad. I'm devastated. Like, I can't. I'm gonna cry. Like, I've been part of this fandom, this series. Like, I've been reading all the books, the webtoons, and Heartstopper Forever, the movie, came out. I just made you watch it with me. That's why you got here super early. So
at Dark 100 in the morning to watch a movie.
It's the third time I watched the movie, and it's just as good. Oh my god, it's so good. So I'm depressed. I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I think my life may be over after this, to be honest. Like, there's just nothing left. What do I do? What do I do?
We over here thrive on caffeine, no sleep, and the dramatics of life. So here we are. Welcome.
And then my relief of the week was the Heartstopper movie finally came out, and I got to see it, and it was so cute and wholesome, and just this beautiful LGBTQ plus film that does such a wonderful job of portraying like what it's like to grow up gay, lesbian, transgender, asexual, like all the things.
Yeah.
And navigating like friendship and love and the complexities of life and being a teenager. And truly, it's something that I wish that I would have had growing up, because I feel like I hid parts of myself and wasn't true and authentic to myself for a good amount of time in my life. And if I would have had something like Heartstopper to see and to be an example for me, and to show that like it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be bisexual, I can't help but think that maybe parts of my life could have been a little different, and I could have been more authentic and not hide quite as much and be something and someone that I clearly wasn't. So it's just really beautiful. I encourage everyone to go give it a watch. It's cute.
It's on Netflix.
It's cute. It's wholesome. The movie, it was a little spicy, but
No, it was. I agree with you. We've talked about it as I was watching it with you.
Just I made you watch the whole series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as we were watching the series and stuff, I just remember thinking at so many different moments how pivotal a show like that would have been for so many people, whether it was just for knowledge and education, but then also like to really understand and have a community and the inclusivity of it and all. And so I think that it really was great. That movie Obsession, have you seen the previews for it or heard about it?
No, I don't. To be honest, I can't tell you the last time I've been to a movie theater. I just stream everything.
Yeah, usually me too. But yeah, we went to the movies together the other night, and we watched Obsession, and it was absolutely wild, absolutely sick. I left feeling
what's it
very unwell in anybody in the world, like more than anything else in the world. And she does. And she's very obsessed and very dangerous in that, and does some wild, crazy things. And you're like, oh, like she
Can we scale that wish back just a little bit?
He tries. He does. He goes and he's like, can I make a modification? And they're like, no, that's not how that works.
You got one. That's it.
And so it just like continues to like the psychological warfare that goes on like that, and how it just damages so many other people. And yeah, it was wild. And I used to see, like on TV shows and movies where it would have like the caption at the top that would be like trigger warnings for sexual behaviors or smoking or drugs or violence. And I used to be like, nobody pays attention to that. That's not helpful.
Yeah, like, whatever.
It actually is very helpful for me. I've noticed since my brother died that I appreciate seeing that at the top. So I can be like, oh,
Time to mentally prepare.
Time to mentally prepare. I was not mentally prepared for what I was about to watch. And I was like, I'm like curled up in my hoodie. Like my son reached over and was like covering my eye.
You're like, no, Mom, you can't see this. This is too much for you.
This is too much for you, the grown up. Yeah. It got great reviews. People really, really, really liked it. I think I liked it as much as I disliked it. Like I had very big feelings on both sides. So, anyways, yeah, I appreciated that Heartstopper was warm and fuzzy and made my heart feel whole again. So,
yay. It does that. It does that to people, I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, it was great. My ache and relief of the week. My right. My ache of the week. Where do I want to go with that? What's the answer?
All of the above.
All of the above. Yes, exactly. Option A, B, C, and D, all of the above. I think just coming back to work off of being off for a couple of weeks and navigating that realm. And like I said, I got a ticket. I don't love that. So just some like nothing. I don't think it's anything like crazy and outrageous. I think it's just some like it's normal for it to be hard to go back to work. Nobody's ever been like, yes, I got a ticket and have to go to court. High five. So I don't love that. And so boo, but whatever. Boo. And then I think my relief of the week.
You didn't get explosive diarrhea from Taco Bell like half the world has.
Yeah, and I've had Taco Bell.
Well, that's a dangerous game to play.
Apparently,
right
so is eating raspberries and lettuce. So, like, take your pick.
Any fruit, really.
Yeah, I'm like, take your pick right now. Like, you can't eat like shit. You can't eat healthy. You just can't eat. So, whatever. I'm just gonna. It doesn't matter to me.
Even ice water, like, be careful. You never know what's going to be floating around in there either.
Right, and that's
just don't drink, don't eat, just don't do anything.
Just starve. Yeah. My relief of the week is right. My son is still in town for another few days. And so with him being in town, he had his brother come over. So like the three of us hung out and he set up, an outing with the cousins and stuff. So there's just been some like family bonding and stuff. So, it's been fun. It's been twisting my arm to pull me to go out because I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go. That's not what I want to do. And he's like
spending money.
Right. And he's just like, come on, you're coming. And I'm like, you're lucky that I love you. I guess I'll go. I said that to him the other night and I was like, I'm doing this because I love you. But all in all, it's been fun. It's been nice. So there we are.
Thriving as usual. Yeah.
But anyway, alas, I guess if we jump into an episode, I did prepare. I did.
Well, I don't know that I can physically jump, but I'm ready to start.
Try. See what could happen. You have two legs.
Jumps through the screen.
What is one completely unnecessary lie that your brain told you this week?
That when my partner is tired, he's mad at me.
Oh, yeah. I love that one. Not that that's how you feel, but like it's such a valid thing. I think I was just sitting around and while I was preparing, I was like, what is something that truly hits each one of us in some type of way, whether it's at work or with friends or in romantic relationships or professional relationships or with the neighbor, just in a cordial, right? Like we have a way of taking things so personally all the time that we tell ourselves a lot of lies, like the story we tell
We just make it,
ourselves.
we literally, like, I feel like my brain sometimes is like a storybook, and
Yeah.
it's like actively, as I'm like analyzing things in my environment, it's actively like writing out this story. And like literally this week, Ryan got back from San Diego, so he was just super tired, right? And like he wasn't, I don't want to say like engaging, but like especially the first night when he got home, like, and we got back from the airport, he was just really tired, sluggish, wasn't saying a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I say something wrong? Did I not do something right? And so like, and even this morning, like he was like quiet a little bit this morning
Mm.
when I first woke up, and I was just like, what are you mad at me for? And he looked at me and he was like, could you maybe ask a different question? Ask how I'm feeling. And I was like, how are you feeling? And he was like, I'm fine. Like,
I'm
I'm
feeling
not
mad at you
mad.
now.
No, he was like, I'm fine. I'm not mad. Like, and so he was like, I don't know why you always think like that if I'm quiet or just like tired that I'm just mad. But I don't know why my brain, and it's not just with Ryan, like my brain does that with like pretty much anyone. Like I'm like, although what's ironic about that is if I'm tired or in a bad mood, like it's okay for me to be that way.
Yeah, of course.
But when other people are tired or in a bad mood, I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah. I think, right, I'm such an overachiever. Like, I think I've always felt like I needed to do better, do better, do better, always do better, because that's the only way you get praise or recognition, or that's the only time that you're doing okay, is if you are going so far above and beyond for all of the pieces. And so whenever I don't, I am constantly like, they don't like me, I'm not good enough. Like nobody cares about what I'm doing.
One of the things I'll often say, like even last night, I asked Ryan, I was like, do you want to watch this movie with me? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, I guess you can just say I'm ugly, right? Like that's what you're going to say. Like I'm just ugly and dumb. Guess we won't watch a movie.
What?
I'm not toxic at all.
Right. I mean, I think it's our brains really are just constantly creating stories, but like just because a thought feels true, like it doesn't mean that it is. I think our brains are often missing information to fill in the pieces. And so we want it filled in. We're going to fill in the blanks to complete a story, right? To make it make sense. Instead of asking the question to get more information, we're like, oh, this must be true because
Yeah.
nobody said differently.
We already have an assumption, but
Yeah.
that's the key word there, is like we have an assumption. We don't know for a fact, but we think we know. So we automatically create this fake situation in our heads that like isn't even remotely true.
Do you think that your brain usually lies to you like that for like a particular reason, like whether it's to protect you or punish you or prepare you?
I feel like it's likely probably some sort of trauma related response. Like I feel like growing up in my house was, loads of fun. Lots of screaming and throwing items at dinner. That was really nice. Anyway.
I'm sure you were good at dodgeball.
Yeah. Well, my mom actually threw a wooden rocking horse at me once.
I remember you told us
that was really fun. But
yeah.
yeah, I think I want people around me to be happy, and I do things to make people happy and to just like, I want everyone to have a good time and to enjoy themselves. And I want to be like, if I can do anything to make a situation lighter or better or more comfortable, like, then I want to do those things. So when I get even the slightest sense that I potentially have done or said something, I'm analyzing, like, did I say something wrong? Could I have said something differently? Like, I almost put it back on myself, which
Mhm.
is interesting because it's not always me, right? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes people are allowed to just, yeah, I woke up today and I'm in a shit mood, and it just is what it is. It's not like you did anything specific. Like, maybe I got a bad night's sleep. Maybe I had a nightmare. Maybe I have to go to work and I'm just not super excited about the meetings I have to go to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's probably stems from just wanting to make sure everyone is okay and happy and taken care of. And because I like, anger and sadness and those things can be an uncomfortable space.
Yeah. Yeah. I think sort of what you touch on back in like childhood, right? So I think that we know that childhood trauma can cause a lot of anxiety. And when we have a lot of anxiety,
We take SSRIs.
well, and it is helpful. But when we have that type of anxiety, we can create kind of terrible answers for ourselves rather than just tolerate the uncertainty, because uncertainty is scary and we don't want to, we don't want to live in that area of just like kind of waiting to find out. So we tell ourselves a story, and often it is the worst possible, answer, and doesn't even truly make sense. So I think there's other times where, I'll think things through sometimes, and it'll be maybe in a sense of like trying to protect myself without it being accurate. But it's like, if I'm the one telling myself that story, if I'm the one being like, oh, they don't like you, then whenever I find out later that they didn't like me, I'm like, yeah, well, fuck them. I didn't like them either. Like, I don't want to be your friend anyhow. Like, I think it's just a way of trying to protect you from a situation, or at least if the information is coming from you, it feels better than rejection of it coming from somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 100%. No, I think our brains have this nice way of, well, maybe not nice, but they have this way of kind of putting everything into these nice, neat little boxes. And they're like, okay, if X happens, then we're going to do Y. If Y happens, we're going to go to Z. It's almost like, oh my God, I sound like Nick from Heartstopper. It's like I'm trying to
I can't.
I'm like trying to predict mistakes and things before they even happen, which can be exhausting sometimes, honestly, because it's like I just want to do everything right all the time.
Well, and I think if you kind of over plan, then you use that as a roadmap, and then that roadmap sort of leads to some self-fulfilling prophecy, and that might not be the prophecy that you want, right? That might not be the outcome, but you've led yourself there, and so it must be true because you've been planning for this to be true for a long time. So I think that can be equally as damaging, even if it is our brain trying to protect us. It's also like, okay, brain, can you just maybe sit down and
like settle down,
quiet
down, we're fine, we're good, and action.
Just take a pause. What is something that you've avoided because you were worried about how you would look?
Something I've avoided because I'm worried about how I would look. I mean, I look good. Like, I always think I look good, but I mean,
right. Chris never allowing himself to be vulnerable enough for that question to touch.
Oh, yikes. Ouch. God, you're not wrong. There's my immediate sense of humor, like, coming in there to be like, LOL.
Right. I'm not going to walk into Brittany's deep question. No deep questions here. Only surface level. Only surface level vanity.
I think it's not something that I feel like I've done recently, at least not off the top of my head, but I do feel like there have been times where I have hid like my sexuality because I
Sure.
don't know how someone is going to respond, or I can't quite figure out, like, are you a safe person for me to share this information with?
Absolutely.
Especially e- even I would say in my professional career, like through the work that I've done, like there have been people that I have chosen to share some more maybe personal information with through my professional career journey. And then there are those that I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't trust you with this information for gold, like
Yeah.
anything in the world. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Like, you'll find some way to throw it back in my face.
It sucks when that happens.
And like, and this doesn't necessarily go back to me, but I feel like there have been times where people maybe want to ask me and they don't quite know. They're like, "Oh, do you have a husband? Are you gay? Are you bi? Like what?" Because I've had people talk to me about like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally accepting. I'm cool. Like yeah, I believe in Jesus, but like, and then and I'm just like,
Hallelujah.
yeah, I'm like, hallelujah. And honestly, that just kind of, I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but
Yeah.
I'm just, so yeah, anyway, there have been points in my life where, and not that it makes me look bad per se, but I don't always want to open that can of worms up. And
Well,
quite
it's hard to think that everybody might be judging you.
yeah, and
Like, we
quite
don't want that.
honestly, I also don't. I think there's a balance between like educating people and correcting assumptions, because although I'm probably the best person to do that for me,
Sure.
at least, I don't always want to have to be the one to do that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the mental gymnastics of, do I correct this person and tell them like, actually I don't have a wife, I have a husband,
Yeah.
or do I just let it go and be like, okay, have a nice day, like like
Live
it's a
long and
hard,
prosper.
yeah, go thrive, queen, slay,
Yeah.
maybe pick up a book.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could see where that would be just the ongoing ever evolution of who you are with, just your sexuality and stuff, which could get very burdensome talking about constantly because, like, why do I have to? You shouldn't have to. And yet here we are. I think because I've been a pretty confident person for always.
Since you came out of the womb,
I came out,
you're like superstar.
or at least I present as a very confident person. And I think that some of that is probably actually a protective capacity. Like, that's me protecting myself, because if I look this confident, you'll leave me alone. I'm also a woman. And so I have been told my whole life, be confident, walk with your head up, because if you present as meek or small or fearful, then you're now prey for big, scary people that like to do mean things. So there's been a lot of that has been pushed into me, but it's also like, I'm not going to let the whole world know that you hurt my feelings. I'm not going to let the whole world know that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not terrified. Like, I used to be so afraid, this will come as a shock, so afraid of public speaking. Like, the idea of going up in front of the classroom and presenting a book report or doing a speech.
That's where the anxiety started for all of us. Did your teacher ever make you do like popcorn reading? And so you'd always be at the next paragraph to know, like, in case I'm called,
in case I'm next, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's like, how awful, because I was also in 4th grade at a 9th grade reading level. I can read my ass off. I'm very articulate. I'm a very smart kid. Don't call on me to read. Don't call on me to give a speech. Don't do any of those. So I used to be super afraid of things like that. And then I had a group of friends that was really, we would go out to karaoke, and I used to be terrified to get up and sing and do all of that because I can't sing. I joke about being the songbird of all time, but I'm not Whitney Houston. Hello. So I would get so afraid because, are you judging me? What do you think? Do you think that I suck? Are you going to boo me off the stage? Are you going to throw tomatoes at me or something? And then I've had romantic relationships where I've been afraid to really be myself. I've been afraid to be silly. I've been afraid to be goofy. I've been afraid to just act.
Just let your hair down.
Yeah.
Put your feet in the water.
Yeah. Because I thought I needed to be, poised and proper and always very like, yes, it's fine. And so I hide a piece of myself in situations like that because I don't want to be judged. And I want you to like me for, well, I guess in a sense like that, like who you want me to be. Like, who do you want me to be that's going to make you accept me? Now, as much as I don't want to admit it, I do just keep getting older. And the older I get, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I saw a TikTok earlier and it was like two people together, and it's like when your friend is like 7 years older, and then they did the Sabrina, Madonna.
Oh,
we need to do that. You're so
I saw
Madonna,
that. Yes.
And
yes.
I'm so Sabrina.
Yes, I saw that. And I thought of you when I saw that too. We do. And I think like what I have really truly learned as I've gotten a little bit older is that like I hate to ruin my bubble and everybody else's, but nobody else around here cares either. Right? Like we all like to think we are the main character because we are the main character in our own lives. But guess what? I'm the main character in mine. You're the main character in yours. They're the main character in theirs. People truly don't care about us as much as we really think about them caring about us. They just don't think about us that much. And that takes some time to really get to truly comprehend.
Yeah, because we're all just in our own kind of at a different point in our lives, right?
Mhm.
Like I even, I think about that a little bit with my in-laws, because my in-laws are like, they're redoing their house and remodeling their house right now, and they're talking to us about like, do you want this? Do you want that? We're downsizing, we're getting rid of stuff.
Mhm.
And Ryan and I are like, no, we don't want any of your stuff. Like not that we not that we don't care, but it's just not something, like some of these things aren't what we're interested in. But
Yeah.
they are kind of entering if my mother-in-law ever sees this, like, I love you and you're young, but they are entering like kind of the last chapter, so to speak. I mean, they're planning for retirement. They're getting
That's
ready
not
to
the
retire.
Last chapter.
It kind of is. Like when you're working on your house and downsizing and thinking about like life after the corporate world, and like you're entering kind of that near end last phase of life, so to speak. I
disagree.
That's how
disagree.
That's how I kind of define that. Like I think you go through different phases of life, and like it's just like like this is just something that happens towards the end of most people's like lives. Like you retire and you start a new chapter.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's like the last chapter. That's a different topic. When I have a question. When somebody's, so you talked about this earlier, like, right, Ryan's energy when he got back was a little tired. But when somebody's energy changes in a room, in a meeting, in the store, at a birthday party, just any of those, do you immediately assume that it has something to do with you?
No, I don't think so, actually.
Right.
And although I get curious and I'm wondering like what, like sometimes I can tell pretty immediately like it was not me.
Yeah.
I know, if I know this person personally and I know something may be going on in their personal life, I can kind of tell like, oh,
yeah,
this happened, this likely blew up, this situation is just going crazy. So I guess I don't think I always assume
Yeah.
it's me, but I think with the people closest to me, I likely do. So
Yeah.
like, you know, having close friends and family versus like someone I consider to be like an acquaintance, like that looks different for
Yeah.
me.
I think probably depending on my day, I would be like if somebody, I don't know, if somebody came into work and was less engaging with me than they normally are, I would be like, oh God, what did I do? What did I do? Did I do something wrong again? Which it could be me. It probably is not me. It probably is the meeting somebody just came out of. It probably is the fact that we as social workers don't get any sleep at night. It probably is
And maybe someone's
900.
bathroom flooded in the middle of the night. Like we don't know.
Right. It could be 100 million things, but if it is somebody that I normally have very like open, often frequent communication with, and they might be a little more standoffish, I am immediately like, oh God, what did I do? Like, what did I say? Who did I offend today? I think even in like, I can talk myself back out of that to be like, I haven't even seen them today.
Like why would it be me? Like
why would that be me? I didn't even do anything. I haven't even seen them. And I think with friends, sometimes I do often think I'm everybody's only friend, even though I know that they're not. But it's like, are you standoffish? Did you respond to me? Did I do something? Did I offend you? Like, I do a lot of overthinking in my brain, and I tell myself a lot of stories that are probably not accurate. And I have to go untell myself this story to be like, they also have words. If I offended them, they know how to get a hold of me. Also, I'm horrible about responding to a text. So
I know. Like there's some days I could send you like 20 text messages in a row, and then sometimes I'm a little passive aggressive when I'm like, oh, you are alive, when you
are alive,
like, glad you're alive, great. Or like sometimes I'll do and I do this to Ryan all the time, I'll text him some days and he'll be at work, and I know, and in my brain I'm like, I know he's busy, but I'll ask him, oh, what do you want for dinner tonight? What do you want to do tonight? Do you want to play a Mario Party? Do you want to listen to some music? Do you want to watch a movie? And he won't respond. And then an hour later, I'll be like, okay, that sounds like a great plan. Thanks for the thought. Thanks for the nice dialogue. I really appreciate it.
I used to do that. And I had an ex that would randomly text like, nice chat. What do you mean? We didn't chat. Yeah, that's the point, Brittany. Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy.
Well, we need to figure out what the fuck to have for dinner, though. Like, busy or not, we got a plan. I need to know what to take out of the freezer.
I'm busy. I do think that sometimes we confuse changed behavior with like confirmed rejection, right? Just because behavior changed, whether it was for a day or a week, a moment, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like, oh, I want a divorce. I hate you.
Like, you're ugly. Goodbye.
You're ugly.
Yeah. Like 7 years later, like, actually, no, you're ugly. Goodbye. I don't like you anymore.
Right. So, I mean, I think over time, I've really realized I need to talk myself back out of it. But a lot of times, the easiest solution is just to ask a question, right? Like, if you have a fear, if you're like, hey, are you mad? Hey, are we good? Like, just ask. Chances are it has nothing to do with you. But if you're curious and want to know, ask.
I also get, this won't surprise you, but I have group chats with several friend groups, right? And sometimes I will text one of those people separately and they won't respond to me, but they'll respond in the group chat. And
oh, you are toxic.
And then I will text them again, and I'll be, no, actually in the group chat, I'll be like, hey, whoever, thanks for answering my text.
You're awful. Never put me in a group chat. I'm glad we don't have mutual friends. Is there ever a time where you're sitting around thinking that everybody else has it all together, right? With wherever they are in their life, like when we're comparing other people to ourselves with their ages. Oh, they already have a house, or this is the degree that they have, or they already have children, or they're more successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, with the children thing, I can't relate to at all. I have no motherly instincts. No, no. I'm not built or meant for that. If yeah, that's all. It's funny. I used to think that I would want one kid. I would have one boy because I don't know how to raise. I wouldn't know anything about raising a female. And there was one point where I'm like, yeah, Ryan and I could adopt like a boy and raise one kid. And now I'm like, no, I like spending my money on me. Like I'm going to Scotland in October. Like that would have been daycare. No thanks.
Absolutely. Or diapers. Ew.
Oh my god. Imagine
or the nanny to change the diapers because Chris is not going to do that.
Yeah, and we'll have the nanny staying in the east wing of the house to help little Johnny go to the bathroom,
Yeah, because we're not doing that either.
I've tried to get away from comparing myself because what's interesting, I've noticed that people, for example, like let's say you have a high title and they may make more money than I do or whatever, but they're fucking miserable. Their job just takes the life right out of them. And it's like, yeah, you may make 60 grand more a year than I do, but I'm also at home. I'm able to decompress and just enjoy my life. And you're still working until 7:00 at night and crying about how you have to supervise a division of 50 plus people and everyone's unhappy. And it's like, so I think comparison, I've said this before, comparison is the thief of joy.
For sure.
And just because people appear to have it all together actually doesn't mean that they do have it all together.
No. And I think like I've talked about this somewhere along the way too, right? Because I was living overseas and I had a husband and I had 2 children and, like this very nice house. So it looked very white picket fence, right? Like
you have it all.
I have it all. And then I'm sitting inside of my white picket fence being like, oh, I wish I was in college. I wish I was going off to school like she is. I wish I was able to go out with my friends. I wish I could travel and do those types of things. And I remember telling her that as she was graduating college, I was like, I'm so envious of you, like, because I'm still here doing this. And her being like, and you're doing something that people may never get to do. Like you live, not visit, you live overseas. You have 2 children that you have the opportunity to stay home with. And in this economy, hello. You have a husband and, you have these great experiences and you've been able to travel in a way that other people haven't at your age. And you still have time to go to school. So you might get everything, whereas some people may never get to live where you're living right now. And having somebody, a peer of my own age, point something like that out to me early on, I was like, well.
And even just being a mother, there's so many people that want to have kids that would make incredibly loving and nurturing parents that for one reason or another. It may just not be in the cards for them.
Absolutely.
And so, it's, on one hand, like, I wish, we could all sit here and say, I wish I would have done X, Y, and Z different, or I wish I would have taken this opportunity, or I would have done this different. But at the end of the day, I think we all try to at least choose the best path for us as individuals. And as we get older, like our partners, our families are obviously like more involved in that. But and I think that's also like that's hard to dwell on things that you can't change too, like, because, I've had points in my life, right, where, I knew I was going to get my master's degree at some point, right? But like when I think about undergrad, I didn't know right away that I wanted to be a social worker. And I've had times where I've been so distraught with myself because I was like, I got my degree in like child, adult, and family services for my bachelor's degree. But I got my master's in social work. And I'm like, well, if I would have known I wanted to be a social worker, I would have gotten my BSW. Then I just would have went straight in my MSW program. It would have been so streamlined, so nice, so easy. And my life didn't turn out that way. But I also, like, through my master's program, I got different experiences
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have gotten had I not chosen the path that I did.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, again, like, you can't dwell on things in comparison's a thief of joy, and just like trying to really sit with, like, you know, my path was actually good. It may not have been traditional, but I got here.
Yeah. And, you know, being a single mom, being a teenage parent, things like that, I have seen that so many times along the way that it's never too late. You can do so many things, and let this path that you're on be the path that it needs to be. And you can change that path at any moment in time, right? This is not a one-way road. You can go forwards, you can go backwards, you can go left, you can go right, you can do a little roundabout, you can do whatever you need to.
The only thing I can't do is go straight.
Only forward. And so I think being able to realize that you have that much control over your life, that it's like, okay, you know what? I don't have that degree yet. I want it. I'm going to go get it. And you move forward to get that, you know, and stop comparing yourself to somebody else that does. Because, you know, like my friend at the time told me, like you just said, even about yourself, I had 2 kids. My kids are adults. I watch people every day do the job that we do and struggle because with the work-life balance, because they want to be able to take care of their kids and take care of their family and be able to do that. And I'm over here being like, what else can I do? What else can I take on? And I love that journey for me, because this is such a hard job, and it doesn't necessarily bleed into my family because my kids are older and moved out. And so it's a very different path. So yeah, go take care of your family, because they won't always be there. Right? That is what I know to be true, is that your kids are going to grow up. They're going to move out. You're going to have a lot of free time. So do what you need to do to take care of your family now. We don't need to compare ourselves to other people. We're not behind other people. We're the only ones holding ourselves back.
I think I saw something the other day too. There was someone that graduated with a master's in something, and they were 80 something years old. And it's like, do what you want to do, no matter how long it takes you to do it. You still did the thing, and you should still be very proud of yourself, regardless of what point in your life that you were able to accomplish said task that you set out to complete.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I know that my dad is 70. My dad still works, first of all, way more than he should at 70 years old. But my dad is still working 50 hours a week and travels and goes on cruises and goes out of country. My dad does a lot of things. And I'm sure he would also love to retire. You know, that's his journey, not mine. He's going to do what he's going to do. But I think whenever you're 24, 25, 30, you're like, oh my God, I'm not there yet. I'm behind everybody. My dad is 70, still living his best life, doing all of the things. Up until a handful of months ago, was still racing motocross, you know? So like, do whatever you want. Like, and you still have 40 and 50 years to do anything. We can't even fathom what 50 years of life looks like, because none of us have lived that long.
Well,
so
thankfully, I stopped aging. I'm not going to make it to 30. Like I stay right here. So
whether you stay right there or not, life will continue to happen.
Yeah, I'm just going to live through all of it.
Which is fine. But my point is, we still have, like, we don't know what life for 50 years, doing something for 50 years looks like, because we haven't even grown up into be full-blown adults yet. So like, to know that at 25 years old, you still have 50 more years of life ahead of you to do whatever you want to do. Like, take your time, do it when it's right for you. That's what I have to say about that.
100%.
I'm gonna wrap it up, I guess. I had more. I built a really big outline, but I think we really liked the rapid fires from the past couple of weeks. They were fun. Yeah. So let's see.
Okay.
These are more of like finish the sentence.
No, okay. I'm
Okay.
not gonna overthink. Okay.
So you have to finish this sentence. My brain loves to tell me.
That I'm beautiful.
It is. You are.
Like, Chris, my God, you are so fucking hot. Like, look at you, look at your hair, your beautiful blue eyes, like your skin, your teeth, like your soft lips. Like, you're beautiful.
You are inside and out. No, I can't even think. My brain loves to. I mean, I think that like I said, I walk around a pretty confident person. So I do wake up every day and I think that I'm a blessing. My brain loves to tell me I'm a blessing. My brain loves to tell me that like I'm here for a reason. But my brain also loves to tell me you're going to get fired. People don't like you. You know, like
just normal everyday things.
Yeah, just normal people stuff. Jeez Louise. Now I lost track of what I was doing. I think I guess to pull it all in together, if our own brain was a person sitting next to us saying all of these things, telling us people don't like us, telling us you haven't achieved enough, telling us that, you know, you're ugly or you're fat, you would look at that person and be like, you're not a very nice friend. I don't like you.
Pull a Carol Baskin and whack him.
Right. We wouldn't allow somebody sitting next to us to tell us those things. And so we do have a duty to ourselves to be able to tell ourselves differently. And, you know, understand that we create a lot of stories for a lot of different types of reasons, but that doesn't make those stories true.
You know what, Brittany? You actually just inspired me. Like the next time that I think Ryan's mad at me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's because I'm ugly. Because you know what? I'm not. So,
see?
Thank you. Look at that.
Look at that. We accomplished something here today. Welcome to Therapy 101 at Dysfunctionally Yours. Did you see my hat? This is my Dysfunctionally Yours hat.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah.
What's a little what's is there a saying on the side?
Yeah. This side says over here it says, don't let fear decide the size of your life.
Aww.
Yeah, so Dysfunctionally Yours.
So go out there and do something crazy and radical, everybody. Full permission.
Yes. New episodes come out every single Monday on all streaming platforms. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, engage with that so other people can hang out with us because we are awesome.
Like, who wouldn't want to hang out with us?
Obviously. Until next week, don't be afraid to be great. Toodles, poodles, bye.
Bye.